People have been making claims against Cosby for over 30 years. And people say, oh, well, why they just now saying something? Why they just now saying something? They aren't just now saying something. And even if they did, even if it took 30 years for me to tell my story, it doesn't make my story null and void. RSVP with Lori. Thanks for joining. We'll be discussing fitness, fashion, and ways to focus on greatness. Please be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell. So I wanted to discuss Phylicia Rashad and her opinion about Cosby. The following information has been provided by Comedy Hype on YouTube.
In 2015, after the allegations first surfaced, Rashad would defend Cosby and described her experience with Cosby as work and fun during a one-on-one with ABC's Nightline. In that same interview, she would clear up a misquote that suggested she wanted people to dismiss Cosby's accusers. What I said is, this is not about the women. This is about something else. This is about the obliteration of legacy. In a new interview with Bustle, Rashad has now, for one of the first times publicly after Cosby's conviction, expressed her continued support and addressed people who have now decided to no longer watch The Cosby Show. I don't know why anybody would feel that way. I just don't accept what somebody says because they say it, and they say it in a loud voice. The internet has given a lot of anonymous people a very loud voice, and this too has happened before.
She's been doing a few interviews. I did watch her interview on the Breakfast Club as well as another interview, and basically she's saying she doesn't agree with somebody because they said something, which is fair. You know, I'm not saying everybody, the entire world, should just believe the victim or the accuser, because we have seen oftentimes that the person goes back and says, okay, maybe I wasn't telling the complete truth. It does happen. However, it bothers me, especially with women, that they believe just because a person is polite, kind, and giving, loving to them, that they couldn't possibly have committed such a heinous act. And that's just not true. If you meet most or interview most rapists or killers or abusers, for the most part, at work, they're an awesome person. At home, not at home, at work, with their friends, with their family, other than their spouse, they're a great person. And, you know, while I don't believe Cosby just sought out to just sexually assault these women and kidnap and rape them, what a lot of people in the world just don't understand, the way that they raped them by drugging them, whether they chose to do drugs or not. Once a woman is in that state, she can't possibly say it's okay. She can't say, give her consent once she's in that state. So if you take a woman home and you get her drunk and then you have sex and she has no recollection of what happened, then you have the possibility for rape charges to be brought against you. That's what I want both men and women to understand. And it's a control thing. People like Cosby, like Russell Simmons, like Joe Blow from down the street, that have money in the bank, that are handsome, that are rich, that are famous. They think in their minds, how could this woman possibly say no to me? How could she turn me down? The nerve of her. It doesn't matter if a woman goes to your hotel room. It doesn't matter if she's willingly drinking. Doesn't matter if she willingly pops pills with you, snorts cocaine, whatever it is. If she's not in a state to consciously give you her consent to have sex, you are raping that woman. It's clear as day. And that, I think that's the part people can't get past with Cosby, that they think he had to be this monster that was, attacking women. And that's not what happens all the time. If I'm not conscious enough to say, yes, I want it, if I'm not even speaking back to you, I'm just laying there pretty much passed out or almost dead, why would you even want to have sex with that woman? That's what people need to realize. Excuse me. And I'm not mad at Phylicia Rashad. But it makes it difficult for victims to come forward, because people automatically assume she lying. Why would Cosby want to rape her? I've seen such vile comments as, she ugly. Did you see how she looks? Did you see how Cosby looks? It's not like he's the most handsome man in the world. And women have to go through so much. We have to go through so much as women for men to say, oh, she's ugly, she's not that cute. Like, only beautiful women are raped. Like, do you listen to this? Does it make sense to you when it comes out of your mouth? I don't understand that notion that people try to put on the victim. Even the woman with the Me Too movement, people look at her looks and say, oh, I see why she's mad. No, she's mad because she's taking up for women, no matter how they may look. Everybody is ugly to somebody. And that's just a fact. It has nothing to do with looks, has nothing to do with the woman's body, has nothing to do with how smart she is, how successful she is. There are many successful women that don't speak out a lot because their boss coerced them into having sex. That's rape. Held a promotion over their head. It happens, and not just in the entertainment industry. And it's bothersome to me because victims have to fight in their head already, and now they have to fight with the world to try to believe them, that this occurred. Even though the court said it happened, people have been making claims against Cosby for over 30 years. And people say, oh, well, why they just now saying something? Why they just now saying something? They aren't just now saying something. And even if they did, excuse me, even if it took 30 years for me to tell my story, it doesn't make my story null and void. And I wish people would stop doing that. What hurts so much is I know of women that have been abused, that have been raped, that have been molested, that still side with the person that has been accused, because they don't value themselves and they don't see their self-worth, so they push that off on other women. And I'm not saying Felicia Rashad is a pick-me woman. However, there are a lot of pick-me women that side with men, and a lot of young men, a lot of older men have problems in this world because their mothers have always told them that they're doing nothing wrong. They have pacified their sons, and he didn't do nothing, and take up for their innocence when they don't have none. So many women are in jail because they believed in men and didn't believe the accuser, and hurt a person that maybe accused the man of rape. I was just watching a story on YouTube where a young man convinced his new girlfriend to kill a young lady that had accused him of raping and robbing her. And she did it. It happens so often because you feel like, oh, this person does love me. This person has found value in me. So you do even things that are illegal. And it's not fair to those women that were raped to put them in a position to say, oh, well, you went to his hotel room, so you wanted it. You wore a short skirt, so you wanted it. You didn't have no panties on, so you wanted it. You was drinking at 3 o'clock in the morning, so you wanted it. I don't care if you snort cocaine, do heroin, you a prostitute in the streets. If you don't willingly give your body to a man, he's raping you. And you need to start teaching your sons that. Stop over-sexualizing women to think if she's flirting, she wants it. And just because she has sex with this guy, she wants it from you. If she's not a willing participant, you are raping that young lady. And you need to start teaching your sons this, because they are going to go to jail for rape, and they're going to be known as a rapist. And I hope more women start speaking up. And if nobody else, if you have experienced rape or molestation, if nobody else tells you, I believe you. I believe in you, and I believe you, because I've been that person where you spoke out and nobody takes up for you, and you're blamed. You're then victim blamed for speaking your truth, and the world tries to mute you. So if you are listening and you have been a victim of rape, molestation, domestic violence, domestic violence in any category, whether mental or physical, I believe you. I believe in you, and you are worth so much more. I'm going to continue to speak out about it. I wanted to do a story time, but I knew I probably couldn't get through it without crying. I'll try again. But October is Domestic Violence Month, Awareness Month. And yeah, I've been a victim several times. And I just want it to end. I want women to know their value. I don't want to make this video long. I don't want to make this video about me. I just want women to realize their worth. I will, before the month is out, do my story time. Most people that know me know most of my story, but I've never shared my complete story in detail. And, I would like to do that one day and try to push through without it being a tear fest. But, yeah, so with Domestic Violence Month being in October, it goes beyond October, but that purple ribbon symbolizes awareness. And reach out to your friends instead of gossiping behind her back. If you think that she is being abused in a domestic environment, whether it be her brother, her husband, or whomever, reach out and let her know that she can confide in you, that she has trust in you, instead of whispering and laughing and gossiping behind her back and wondering, why she needs $20 when she got a man at home, or why she's always wearing long sleeve shirts even through the summer, because she doesn't want bruises to be shown. There are little factors, and I know a lot of people say, well, I'm not stepping in because she gonna go right back to him. But you may be that one person that she feels comfortable reaching out to. It may be that one last time that she doesn't want to go back. So leave your heart open and maybe your door for a woman that is experiencing that. With that said, these are my opinions, not the law. But please share and speak up for women that can't. Thanks.